that energy. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, graduates. I'm Deborah Leibowitz. I am the Provost, Chief Academic Officer of Quinnipiac, and I am very pleased, along with everyone else in this room, to declare, you ready? The 2026 commencement for the University School of Law officially open! Please stand if you're able for the national anthem, which will be performed by a graduating law student who is clearly multi-talented, Olivia Ventura.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Olivia. You can be seated. All right, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the members of our platform party, which consists of our speaker, whom you'll meet in a few moments, university administrators, trustees, and alumni board members. But it is now my honor to introduce to you Dean of the School of Law, Brian Galini.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Galini. I'm lucky enough to be the dean here at Quinnipiac University School of Law, and I am just thrilled to be with all of you, the class of 2026. President Hardin, Provost Leibowitz, members of the Board of Trustees, our keynote speaker, Chief Judge Michael Shea, faculty, students, friends, parents, family members, distinguished guests, and most importantly, all of you, the class of 2026, welcome to this year's commencement ceremony for the Quinnipiac University School of Law. Now, one of the great things that we all get to do at the School of Law is to meet the many people who have helped you accomplish so much on your journey, and many of them are here to celebrate with you today. I therefore want to take just a moment to thank and recognize those in the audience who've sacrificed and strived along with our graduates to help them get to this day. As we've often heard, it takes a village. And I want to recognize the impact that all of you have had on their success as they become the next generation of lawyers and our leaders. So, to the beloved and much appreciated parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, spouses and partners, children and grandchildren, siblings, friends, faculty, staff, alumni, and attorney mentors in the audience today, allow me, on behalf of our graduates, to share their deep gratitude and heartfelt appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done to support them to get them here to this day. Graduates, I would invite you now to please stand if you're able and join me in acknowledging these incredible supporters who've been with you every step of the way. Thank you all again. Your steadfast support has been the foundation upon which our graduates have built their success. And speaking of foundations, the leadership of our university provides the institutional framework that makes all of this possible. I'd like to welcome back Provost Leibowitz back to the podium to introduce University President Marie Harden.
All right, thank you. So it is now, as Dean Galini said, my great honor to introduce Quinnipiac's 10th president, Dr. Marie Harden. She came to us from Penn State, and she has been here for just 1 year, so this is her first graduation. So she's sort of, you're showing her how we do graduation here at Quinnipiac. So it is my pleasure to welcome her to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. To our cherished graduates, their family, friends, and loved ones, our faculty and leadership team here at Quinnipiac University, I'm pleased to welcome you to this celebration. I know you bring to this day a mix of feelings, perhaps a bit of nostalgia, relief, joy, and excitement, and of course, gratitude. I know that each of you comes to this moment thankful. You know that the remarkable milestone we recognize today for each graduate is one that requires a supporting cast of expert and caring teachers and mentors, family and friends to provide support, and an institution I trust that you will be proud to remember as a graduate. I, too, come to this ceremony grateful. As president of this great institution, I've had a chance to meet many of you and observe you in action. Your dean and your faculty have talked about you many times to me, and here's what I've learned. First, I've seen your ambition. You've pushed the boundaries of your academic pursuits with your goals. You've led student organizations with energy and vision and refused to accept the status quo. You haven't just attended law school here at Quinnipiac, you've helped shape its future. But you know, ambition alone doesn't set you apart. What makes this class truly remarkable is that your drive has been matched by your kindness and your inclusion and your teamwork. I've seen the way you support one another, the way you mentor your peers, and the genuine warmth and light you have brought to our campus culture. And finally, I'm moved by your eagerness to help others succeed. You haven't been ambitious only for yourself, whether through local service, through your research, through simply being there with your classmates. You've demonstrated a deep commitment to the idea that your success is reflected in that of others, and I commend you for that. I admire you. You've given me great joy, and you're the source of my Bobcat pride. As John F. Kennedy said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Class of 2026, to do more than utter my thanks to you, I plan to continue to live by what I've learned from you, to combine ambition with kindness, to prioritize helping others and understanding in that I also benefit, and to remember that the small gesture can change the world as much as the grand one. So please know this, class of 2026, we will never forget you, and I hope you don't forget us either. Thank you.
President Harden, thank you for those inspiring words. I'll note that leading a university in this current moment in higher education requires exactly the kind of sound judgment under uncertainty I'm about to talk about. We're so fortunate to have your leadership. And now then, class of 2026, first and foremost, congratulations. Today is called Commencement Day, and for good reason. It's a new beginning for you, but it's also the end of your formal legal education here at Quinnipiac. But before we formally send you off onto this next new and exciting chapter, I hope you'll indulge me for just a few moments as I offer some reflections. It was the year 1914. An explorer named Ernest Shackleton set out to accomplish something that no one ever done before, to lead the first expedition to cross Antarctica on foot. His ship, fittingly named the Endurance, was built to carry his crew to the edge of the continent where their historic journey would begin. They never got that far. In January of 1915, the Endurance became trapped in dense Antarctic pack ice. For nearly 10 months, the ship would drift helplessly, frozen solid, as pressure from the surrounding ice slowly crushed its wooden hull. Eventually, Shackleton ordered his crew to abandon ship. Not long after, the Endurance sank beneath the ice. In that moment, the original mission, it was over. What followed instead was an extraordinary nearly 2 entire years of survival under conditions of extraordinary uncertainty. Shackleton made a decisive judgment early. He abandoned the goal he'd come to achieve and replaced it with a different one, getting every single member of his crew home alive. And from that point forward, every single decision reflected that judgment. He adjusted his plans as conditions changed. He enforced routine and shared responsibility. He kept the group together, both physically and emotionally. He demanded optimism, but never denial. And even in the depth of the Antarctic winter, he insisted on shared meals, conversation, humor, and the deliberate practice of gratitude, recognizing even small moments of progress when the larger outcomes remained uncertain. Eventually, Shackleton undertook an almost unimaginable journey, sailing an open lifeboat more than 800 miles across the Southern Ocean to seek help. And after multiple rescue attempts, he returned. Every single member of his crew survived. Shackleton never completed the expedition he set out to accomplish, but history remembers him for something far more important: sound judgment exercised under extraordinary uncertainty. No headlines celebrated those decisions. No one was watching, but those decisions saved lives. Now, I realize, of course, that your clients are unlikely to be stranded on Antarctic ice. Your emergencies, they'll arrive likely by email. Your crises will unfold in conference rooms, courtrooms, and late-night phone calls from people who are frightened, and they need someone who they can trust. The settings could hardly be more different, but I would submit that the core demand is the same: the ability to make sound decisions for other people when the path forward is genuinely unclear. That's what Shackleton did, and that is at the heart what good lawyers do. I begin with this story today because you're entering a profession that will ask this of you constantly, often quietly, and rarely, if ever, with applause. You're entering a legal profession at a time when information is abundant. Answers are instant. The pressure to move is constant. But in my mind, the law has never depended first and foremost on information. It's always depended on judgment, the ability to decide what matters, when to act, when to pause, how to serve others faithfully when the path is unclear. Your clients will come to know you simply not because you know the law, but rather because they trust your judgment. They rely on you when the stakes are high, when emotions are hot, and the consequences, I promise, are very real. And much like Shackleton's leadership, the most important decisions that you make will rarely be celebrated and will often go unnoticed. That judgment, however, doesn't exist in isolation. In my view, it's sustained and sharpened by 3 distinct qualities: hope, optimism, and gratitude. They're not the same thing, and the differences matter. Hope is what you bring to a client who cannot see a way forward. It's not the promise of a particular outcome. You cannot and should not make that promise, but rather it's the conviction that your effort on their behalf matters, that the process is worth engaging, and that even difficult decisions can be navigated with care. Hope is what keeps you present when a case feels unwinnable, but the client needs you the most. Optimism is a professional discipline. It's the daily decision to believe that doing the right thing, advising honestly, practicing with integrity, treating people with respect, it's still worth choosing, even when shortcuts are available and corners could be cut. Optimism is what keeps you from becoming cynical in a profession that will give you plenty of reasons to be. And gratitude, that's what keeps you grounded. There will be moments in your career, moments of real pressure, real exhaustion, and real doubt when gratitude sounds like a luxury. I promise it's not. It's your anchor, the deliberate practice of recognizing what this work means, who helped you reach this threshold, and what it means to be trusted with someone else's most difficult moments. That practice will steady your judgment even when circumstances are trying to shake it. This class gives me hope. I am optimistic about the future of the legal profession because of how seriously you all will approach it, because you understand that law is at its core, it's a human profession. And I am profoundly grateful, not only for what you've already contributed to our community, but for the countless ways that you will come to serve clients, institutions, and communities that may never know how much better you made them. But more important than my hope for you is your ability to carry hope forward for yourselves. There will be days, many of them, when the progress feels slow, the recognition is absent, and the work feels heavy. And on those days, hope will remind you that your judgment matters. Optimism will keep you engaged when cynicism would be easier. And gratitude will steady your decision-making by reconnecting you to your purpose. Over time, I suspect your career will not become identified by a single case, a single title, or a single moment of recognition, but rather shaped by thousands of small decisions. Things like how carefully you read, how honestly you advise, how you treat your colleagues and opposing counsel, how you conduct yourself when nobody's watching. But those decisions taken together determine not just what kind of lawyer you become, but what kind of profession we ultimately sustain. And there is room, indeed a need, for every single one of you in our legal system. But that tent does not hold itself up by itself. It relies on the daily exercise of judgment by lawyers who take seriously the trust that's placed in them. You're going to counsel people through moments of conflict, uncertainty, loss, and transition, sometimes on what feels like the worst day of their lives. What they will remember is not every rule that you cited, but whether you showed judgment, care, restraint, and respect. So my charge to you is this. As you begin this next chapter, practice judgment deliberately. Guard your hope. Choose optimism. Cultivate gratitude, and not occasionally, but every day. I want you to start today. Be present right here. Take pride in what you've accomplished. Be grateful for the so many of those who've helped you get to this moment, and carry forward the understanding that how you practice law matters just as much as where you practice. Class of 2026, on a personal note, you give me hope. You give me optimism, and I am already deeply grateful for what you will contribute to our profession. So the responsibility now passes to you, and I am confident you're ready to take it. Congratulations. And with that, as you prepare to enter the legal profession, there's just one more step in your journey today. It's one that you began all the way back in orientation. It's the professional oath. The professional oath you're about to take resembles the one you recited as you began your legal education, but today, this professional oath represents your public commitment to the values we've discussed: presence, integrity, and a deep dedication to the rule of law. So graduates, if you would, please stand and join me in reciting the professional oath, affirming your dedication to the highest standards of our profession. Now, on a housekeeping note, we'll read it together, one sentence at a time. I am leaving the academic community of Quinnipiac University School of Law and embarking on a professional career. As a law student and future lawyer, I understand that the study and practice of law carry both privileges and responsibilities. I willingly accept the responsibilities that accompany those privileges and the responsibilities that the faculty, the bench, the bar, and the public entrust to me. You're doing great. I promise to do my utmost to adhere to the ideals of the legal profession and to uphold the highest standards of professional honesty and ethical practice during my career. I will remember that my actions reflect not only on me, but upon Quinnipiac University School of Law, my fellow alumni, and the legal profession. To strengthen the legal community, I will conduct myself with dignity and civility and will treat all of my colleagues with kindness and respect. I will conduct my professional and personal life so as to uphold the values and standards that are expressed in the rules of professional conduct and the traditions of the legal profession. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, before we continue with our ceremony, I want to take just a moment to recognize two extraordinary members of our faculty who are retiring this year and whose contributions have left a lasting mark on Quinnipiac University School of Law. First, it is my great honor to recognize Professor John Thomas, known to all of us simply as JT. JT joined this faculty in 1988 in the Bridgeport years and has been part of this institution from its earliest chapter. Over nearly 4 decades, he's helped shape what Quinnipiac law has become, not simply through longevity, but through the way he's consistently shown up for our community. He is an exceptional teacher and an unwavering presence for our students. He shows up to their events, he supports their work, he listens. He cares deeply about the student experience, both in the classroom and well beyond it. Students don't just learn from JT. They feel seen by him, and they know that they matter. That kind of commitment, sustained over decades, is foundational to any strong academic community. He is also a scholar of remarkable breadth and impact. JT is the author and editor of numerous books and hundreds of articles spanning law, medicine, public health, music, and cultural history. His scholarship reflects a deep belief that ideas matter most when they remain grounded in human experience. His book, Kalamazoo Gals, stands as a defining piece of that legacy, bringing long overdue recognition to the women who shaped musical history and capturing what JT has always modeled, that rigorous scholarship can also be generous, curious, creative, and humane. In this way, JT has shown us what an integrated professional life can look like. It's one where teaching, scholarship, creativity, and the care for others, they're not in competition, but instead exist in conversation with one another. His example has shaped colleagues, inspired students, and strengthened this institution in ways that may not always be measured, but are deeply felt. People here don't talk about JT as part of a school, but rather as part of our community. His presence, both generous and steady, has helped shape our culture more than most people will ever know. On behalf of the law school, and with my deep gratitude, please join me in recognizing Professor John Thomas for his extraordinary service and legacy. I would also like to take a moment to recognize Professor Leonard J. Long, who is retiring this year after a distinguished career in legal education and who is unfortunately unable to join us today. Professor Long joined the faculty of Quinnipiac University School of Law in 1996 after prior service at the University of Southern California Law School and visiting appointments at Northeastern University and Boston College. Over nearly 3 decades here, he's been a defining intellectual presence within our community. Professor Long's academic path is itself remarkable. Before earning his Juris Doctor from the University of Chicago Law School, he completed graduate training in philosophy, earning both a master's degree and a doctorate. That deep grounding in philosophy infused his teaching and scholarship throughout his career, shaping a body of work marked by rigor, independence, and a refusal to accept the easy answers. His scholarship is extraordinarily wide-ranging. Professor Long has written in the fields of bankruptcy, commercial law, poverty, criminal justice, environmental law, law and literature, law and economics, and climate change, believe it or not, among others. Across these varied subjects runs a consistent concern for how legal institutions shape and are shaped by economic structures, social values, and human consequence. Professor Long's teaching record is equally impressive. Over the course of his career, he taught generations of students foundational first-year courses, including torts, contracts, civil procedure, as well as a truly remarkable array of upper-level offerings spanning commercial law, corporate finance, bankruptcy, securities regulation, international business, and professional responsibility. He challenged his students to think deeply, precisely, and critically, often pushing them beyond comfort, but always with purpose. In 2006, he was named Professor of the Year by the graduating class, an acknowledgement that speaks to the impact he's had in the classroom and to the respect that he's earned from students who are willing to engage with serious ideas. Professor Long's legacy at Quinnipiac Law is one of intellectual seriousness, breadth, and courage. The courage to ask hard questions, to resist simplification, and to insist that legal education remain deeply connected to the world it seeks to serve. So on behalf of the law school, I extend our sincere gratitude to Professor Long for his many years of teaching, scholarship, and service. Though he cannot be with us today, his influence will continue to be felt in the minds of his students and those he's taught beforehand alongside the entirety of the institution he's helped shape. Please, if you would, join me in recognizing Professor Leonard J. Long for his distinguished career. And now, as we turn from honoring the careers that have helped shape this institution to hearing from those who carry it forward, it's my true pleasure to invite Professor Sarah Cates to the podium. Professor Cates is a deeply engaged and thoughtful member of our community, and I am so grateful to her for introducing today's distinguished commencement speaker. Please join me in welcoming Professor Cates.
Michael P. Shea serves as the Chief Judge of the U.S. District Court for the District of Connecticut. He's chaired or served as a member of numerous District Court and Second Circuit committees, and he currently serves as a member of the Judicial Council of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. A native of Hartford, Connecticut, Judge Shea was sworn in as a United States District Judge on December 31, 2012. Before joining the bench, he was a partner at Day Pitney and previously Day, Berry & Howard, where he focused on commercial litigation, mass torts, First Amendment matters, and white-collar criminal defense. For his exemplary work in private practice on behalf of indigent persons in civil and criminal cases, Judge Shea received numerous awards from both the Hartford County and Connecticut Bar Associations. Judge Shea began his legal career as a law clerk to the late Judge James L. Buckley of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit. Judge Shea graduated from Yale Law School, where he served as a senior editor of the Yale Law Journal in 1993. He earned his undergraduate degree, summa cum laude, in 1989 from Amherst College in Amherst, Massachusetts. It is an honor and a privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, Judge Michael P. Shea.
Thank you all. Thank you, Professor Cates, for that kind introduction. It's great to be here today with all of you, and it beats the heck out of presiding over a sentencing, which is what I would otherwise be doing right now. Let me start by saying congratulations to the Quinnipiac Law School graduating class of 2026. And I'll echo others and say congratulations as well to the families of the graduates who have had to watch their loved ones over the years endure the stress of exams and moot court. This is your day too. I hope you all take the time to savor this day. You know, as I walked in with the processional today, and as I looked around the stage before being introduced and all the graduates, I was struck by one thing above all, which is that everyone else here has a nicer robe than I do. Seriously, it's a good time to become a lawyer. Demand for legal services remains strong, a trend that continues in the post-pandemic recovery. Whatever else may be said about them, the rapid changes in technology, intensive government enforcement efforts, and political ferment that we are all witnessing all happen to be things that spawn litigation and other opportunities for lawyers. So I'm glad to say that I think you will all have a means of supporting your families for the foreseeable future. And seriously, earning a living is an important part of why you went to law school. But being a lawyer is about more than just making a living. Because while law is a business, it is also a profession. And one of the things that has made it a profession and has distinguished it from many other occupations is the tradition of providing pro bono legal services to persons of limited means. This tradition has an ancient lineage. Scholars have traced it as far back as the late 15th century, when England adopted a law providing for the appointment of counsel to represent indigent persons in court. In our own country, a well-known example a few years before the American Revolution involved 34-year-old John Adams accepting an appointment to defend British soldiers who had been accused of firing on an angry crowd of colonists in Boston. This was a deeply unpopular appointment for Adams to accept at the time, but one that in later life he would call, quote, one of the best pieces of service I ever rendered my country. And in the early 20th century, our most famous pro bono lawyer was Louis Brandeis, sometimes called the people's lawyer for his unpaid work on behalf of consumers and workers. Brandeis, who also maintained a lucrative private practice, is quoted as saying, "Some men delight in automobiles and yachts. My luxury is investing my surplus effort to the pleasure of taking up a problem and solving it for the people without receiving compensation." Few professions can boast such a long-standing and robust tradition of providing services to persons who cannot afford to purchase them. As you receive your law degrees today, I'm asking you to take up the baton and join this venerable tradition of the legal profession. Over the coming years, there will be many people who will need your services, but not all of them will be able to afford them. The Legal Services Corporation of America estimates that 92% of the civil legal problems of low-income Americans do not receive any or enough help. In Connecticut, there is only one legal aid lawyer for every 4,500 residents with low or no income. And we see some of that unmet need in our courts. In my court, about 40% of civil cases are filed without counsel. And in Connecticut Superior Court, the percentage of cases with at least one self-represented party in 2025 was about 22% in the civil division, 66% in housing cases, including eviction cases, and 83% in the family division. In a system in which the right to sue and defend is the right that protects all other rights, attempting to exercise that right without the assistance of the professionals who do it every day places the pro se litigant at a structural disadvantage. And while pro bono work is a tradition of the profession of which lawyers can be proud, the truth is that many of them do little or nothing to sustain it. In 2022, the year last surveyed by the American Bar Association, only 57% of the lawyers who responded to the survey reported doing any pro bono work that year, with pro bono work being defined as legal services performed without charge for persons of limited means or organizations that serve such persons. Fewer than 20% met the goal of performing at least 50 hours per year of pro bono work. That goal is set for every lawyer by the ABA's Model Rules of Professional Conduct. And more than 1/5 of the survey's respondents stated that they had never done pro bono work during their legal careers. So there's lots of room for improvement. Now, you might say to yourself, look, these figures are no worse than the numbers of Americans who volunteer their time or donate to charitable organizations, and you'd probably be right. So why should more be expected from lawyers than other Americans? Well, because lawyers have a professional responsibility to provide legal services to those unable to pay, as both the model rules and our own Connecticut rules of professional conduct recognize. Much is expected from those to whom much is given. When you walk across this stage today and later pass the bar exam, you will be given a monopoly over the provision of legal advice and the representation of members of the public before our courts. Only a lawyer is allowed to stand before a judge and advocate the interests of another person. And lawyers benefit, often handsomely, from these exclusive privileges. So it is not unreasonable for society to ask something in return. And I'm asking too. I'm asking that each of you live up to the commitment embodied in the Model Rules of Professional Conduct of consistently providing at least 50 hours of pro bono service per year during your career. Now, there are a lot of ways to fulfill this commitment. In my court, in the federal bankruptcy court, judges routinely appoint lawyers to serve as counsel to unrepresented litigants who appear to have meritorious claims. Or you can sign up to assist a legal aid organization with its cases in state court. But pro bono isn't just for litigators. Most legal needs arise outside of litigation. In Connecticut, the Pro Bono Partnership has an extensive listing of pro bono opportunities for transactional, tax, regulatory, employment, and intellectual property lawyers. If you will be practicing outside of Connecticut, check with your state and local bar associations, which are usually excellent sources of pro bono opportunities and resources. Not every pro bono commitment has to involve a large chunk of time. The Connecticut Bar Association has several programs that allow lawyers to pitch in for short periods when their schedules allow, including the online advice platform, Connecticut Free Legal Answers, the Connecticut Lawyers and Libraries program, in which lawyers meet with clients in public libraries for 20-minute appointments, and Connecticut Free Legal Advice clinics, in which lawyers conduct Zoom sessions with low-income clients in 30-minute stints. These are just a few examples of ways that you can sustain, and I hope strengthen, the tradition's profession of providing pro bono legal services. And you'll get something back for your efforts. As a newer lawyer, you'll gain valuable experience, sometimes the kind of experience, like a jury trial, that is hard to come by. In Connecticut, you can also get mandatory continuing legal education credit for doing pro bono work. But the real benefit is the one you'll get from helping the client. In my first pro bono case as a lawyer, I represented an elderly black woman who was being evicted from her apartment in Washington, D.C. We won a court battle for her and then negotiated a deal that let her keep her home until she could find another. For over 30 years, I've kept the thank you note that she sent me afterwards. It says, Michael, I could not have been represented any better if Thurgood Marshall was my lawyer. Any papers to be signed or anything I needed to know with no hearing in one ear and 80% in the other ear. It was repeated over to make sure I was aware what exactly was going on. I never had to be in court by myself. The dedication to my case and your tremendous service, I am pleased with the settlement. I will always be grateful. Now, I can tell you one thing. No paying client ever compared me to Thurgood Marshall. So after you get your law license, find a more experienced lawyer to supervise you and take on a pro bono matter. You'll be glad you did. You'll be carrying out your professional responsibility, and you'll be living up to a worthy tradition of the profession you are about to join. And I tell you this, if you make pro bono work a steady part of your career will benefit and your life will be enriched. Again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Judge Shea, thank you so much for your inspiring address. You're an exemplary role model for our graduates and our community at large. At this time, and as we move to the hooding, I'd like to invite someone to the podium whose dedication to our law school often occurs behind the scenes, but whose impact is felt throughout our community. Mark Schroeder, our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, has worked tirelessly this year to ensure that our institution not only functions smoothly, but thrives. His quiet leadership, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to our students exemplify what it means to be truly present in service of others. Dean Schroeder will now guide us through one of the most anticipated moments of today's ceremony, the conferral of degrees. You got it.
Thank you, Dean Galini. Now we are ready to proceed to the presentation of diplomas and hoods. Since the Middle Ages, the hooding has symbolized the awarding of a graduate degree. The hood represents both the academic achievement of earning a Juris Doctor and the graduate's formal entry into the legal profession. At this time, I would like to invite Professor of Law John Thomas, JT, Lynn L. Pantalina, Professor of Law Neil Feigenson, and Professor of Practice Jennifer Levine to join me at the front. These distinguished professors have been chosen by the students for the honor of performing the hooding ceremony. Marshals, please direct the candidates for the Juris Doctor degree to the platform. Cheyenne Marie Taylor. Ayana Ellis. Joycette I. Charles. Michaela Rufus. Dana Abigail Ferrer White. Gabrielle Faith Dwyer. Amanda Grace Lomonti. Santiago Ernesto Velasquez. Sean J. Goki. Olivia Mary Ventura. Hannah Pokernowski. Daniel R. O'Brien. Ryan Gregory Covino. Ian M. O'Grady. Lindsay A. Wilgus. James Ian Dobson. Christina Ruiz. Melina Almonte. Angela M. Taggart. Natasha Yvette Silva. Julia Elizabeth Tetty. Alexis M. Abruzzi. Abigail Lee Stock. Rebecca C. Olette. Kate B. Voloshin. Goulet Berku Genturk. Beatrice B. Mendes. Bridget Smested. Madeline Hope Areola. Jessica Brooke Jackson. Elia M. Sanchez. Riley D. Broll. Michael Isaiah Nieves. Vincenzo R. Supa. Jacob Gotti. Seth Lacan Freeman. Jeremy David Tamaro. Ashley Linnea Bocek. Sydney Devon Webb. Noah Block. Jordan Hannah Powell. Ariana Michelle Martoral. Hannah Ann Marie Tucci. Kelly Nicole Koba. Matthew Iantoni, hooded by his mother, Rebecca Iantoni, class of 1999. Nor Koki. Alexandra Nicole Lurman. Ryan Robinson. Mark Constantine Kojukaru. Matthew James Bliley. Andrew J. Pulcini. Julia R. Jastromski. Maxwell Ficker, hooded by his uncle, James Noonan, class of 1997. Connor Arato. Kyle R. Arndt. Close enough. Adam Hughes. Nicholas Robert Crocco. Severa Hussan. Natalie Marie Masonette. George Isaac Monroe Palacio. Devin Cavalieri. Kylie Ray Sisk. Kelsey E. Savoy. Joanna Teresa Marino Martinez. Anna France Vojnarovich. Christian J. Isidoro. Sarah Elizabeth Bonsall. Trin Nguyen. Matthew Pendergast. Erin Elizabeth Leather. Daniela Ray Ramos. Isabel Anna Sanchez. Nermina Camberi. Tina Macari. Kauthar A. Ahmed. I'm passing the bar. Congratulations on passing the bar. Riley E. Stone. Megan Nicole Stoner. Hamza Mohammed Yagi. Cybel K. Katapai Villanera. William B. Oleas. Guillermo Alberto Suniaga Beris Bay Atia.
Thank you.
Allison Marie Salzo. Catherine Alice Hahn. Charles Stanley Dumay. Chip. Cora Lynn Cogill. Brian Bobka. Jessica Delarata. Lily Victoria Eichholzer, hooded by her aunt, Julie Ryder Islesworth, class of 2004. I saw that. Thank you. Michael Arthur Leibovitz. Leah Nicole Strachan. Juliana R. De Castro. Paul J. Palma. Isabella Noel Nazaro. Lauren Arthaniaka. Liam Michael Drobny. Daniel A. Casadante, hooded by his father, David Casadante, class of 1985. Kate Alice Taylor. Abigail Olivia Strouser. Kayla C. Coleman. Robert J. Schroeder. James B. Rashevsky III. Middle initial. Christopher J. Winters. Ryan Andrew Kellepier. Anthony N. Guadagna, Jr.
Your class of 2026. I would now ask the candidates to please rise. Madam President, I have the honor to present from the School of Law candidates for the degree Juris Doctor.
Thank you. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, let me get to this, somewhere in here. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I now confer the degree of Juris Doctorate to these worthy and approved candidates. Thank you. Congratulations.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Cheyenne Marie Taylor. The president of our Student Bar Association. Cheyenne served this year in a role that demands real leadership, balancing advocacy, collaboration, and responsibility to the entirety of our student body. Throughout her presidency, she worked diligently to represent student concerns, engage constructively with faculty and administration, and communicate and contribute thoughtfully to our law school community. I should say on a personal note that I've so valued my regular meetings with Cheyenne over the course of the year, and I've appreciated the seriousness with which she's approached that responsibility and the deep care that she's brought to student issues. As her term comes to a close, we will, and I will, miss her service in this role, and we're deeply grateful for the time and energy she devoted to the law school. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Cheyenne Taylor, JD 2026.
Happy graduation day, everyone. If I said all the thank yous I needed to, we would be here all day, but I'll settle for a few. First, I want to thank God because without him, I wouldn't be here today. The verse that kept me going and gave me peace throughout this journey was Philippians 4:6. Don't worry about anything, but instead pray about everything. And trust me, I had a lot to worry about. Thank you to all the families here today, and I know for many of us, we would not be here without your support. I want to especially thank my family from traveling here from California, Florida, Oklahoma, and Missouri. It means the world to me that you're here. Thank you to my parents for believing in me and supporting me even when I decided to move 1,400 miles away for school. To my siblings, thank you for always being a source of energy when I felt low and for listening to every rant and encouraging me to keep going. Thank you to our professors who have taught us the foundations of law and that will carry us through our many years of our career. Thank you to Dean Galini for your guidance over the last year and for shaping our school environment over the past 2 years. And to all the mothers in the room, happy Mother's Day. Lastly, I want to say thank you to all of you, my classmates and my friends. Congrats, y'all, we made it. Now, I know it's cliche, and many graduation speeches you have heard before probably started with this line, but I truly get it now. If you told me I would be standing here 3 years ago today, I wouldn't have believed you, and it's true. I don't know how it was for all of you, but law school took a little extra willpower and strength to make it through. Yes. Before coming to law school, I talked to several lawyers who said, "It's easy. You'll be fine." And I learned quickly that it wasn't easy. But as I stand up here today, it was well worth it. Now, let's go back to August of 2023, Orientation Day. It was a lot like the first day of kindergarten for me, where I wasn't quite ready to let go of my dad, and I was overwhelmed by all the new faces in a new place. But I'm grateful because orientation is where I met many of you, and our journey here began. What once felt intimidating became a place where I found friendship, support, and community. Now, they say your 1L year is the hardest, and I'm sure we can all attest it was, but it's not because law school got easier, but it's because we all got better. We survived every cold call, debating whether the professor was trying to make an example out of us or if it was just their routine. After 3 years, I still don't know what a low boy is. Or someone being told it's so obvious that even Stevie Wonder could see it. Or as my friend Gab so graciously reminded me, I was asked what topic we were on, and I simply had no idea. But again, we survived, and we got better. They say 2L year is the busiest, and it was, with our externships, core classes, and trying to network on top of it all. But we were all able to build, and again, we got better. Whether it was being on executive boards of 2 to 3 clubs, reading 100+ pages a day, working on your note for journal, oh, and don't forget, writing a 5-page reflection paper over how work went this week. Certainly icing on top of it all. Or trying to decide, do I really need to drive to Hartford for that networking event? But of course, we did it. Some of us experienced a little bit of burnout, wondering if the year could speed up and when it would be over, but we made it. In the words of Coretta Scott King, we struggle because we are working towards something meaningful, because we are on a mission of turning something greater than ourselves into reality. But again, we built and we got better. Then they said 3L is the easiest. And again, that was true, because at this point, we all knew that we belonged here. Now, if you set yourself up right, you had no more core classes, you've completed all your long paper requirements, and if you still had class, there were no more cold calls, and you made sure to take advantage of every absence possible. Going to class, you had a new confidence, because the hard part was over. But again, we got better, we built, and we were confident in the fact that we belonged in this community. A community where you get out just as much as you put in. Today's the day we get to celebrate this amazing accomplishment and say goodbye to this chapter and excited for the new one we are all about to enter. Some of you, K through JD, about to experience the real world for the first time, or some of you starting your second career. As we go into this next chapter of our lives, I encourage you to take the lessons that you've learned along the way with you. When we leave here, there may not be a steady schedule to follow every day or the end of a semester to know it's time to level up, but we can rest assured that we have all the tools that we need. Strive to be better every day. Take that same fire and passion you had in 1L year to learn, to question, to be curious, into this next chapter of your life. Ask associates questions. We know a lot, but we have more growing to do. Dare to build. From 2L, take that same desire to want to be involved and take initiative into this next chapter of life. Volunteer to take that case that nobody wants and take advantage of being a part of all the bar associations and ends of courts because yes, we still have to network. Lastly, know you belong. As a 3L, we were seen as top of the pyramid, being asked for advice from 1Ls and 2Ls, running organizations, and many of us working and developing our skills. Take this sense of belonging into your next chapter. Know you got your JD like everybody else, and you were hired because they already see the value that you bring. If you don't have a job yet, don't worry, your time is coming. As I close out, I just want to say thank you again to everyone that made this special journey. Class of 2026, go out into the world and be great. Advocate, be change makers in whatever you decide to do. Every day, strive to be better, dare to build, and know you belong. A job well done. Congrats, y'all, we made it. Do I walk off this now?
Thank you, Cheyenne, for those thoughtful and incredibly inspiring remarks. Your words beautifully capture the spirit of your class and the journey that you've all shared together. And now, as we transition, it's not often that we recognize a colleague twice in the same ceremony, but in this case, it's truly fitting. In addition to celebrating a remarkable career, you, the class of 2026, have chosen to honor Professor John Thomas as this year's Professor of the Year. This award reflects something distinct from longevity or institutional contribution. It reflects the experience of students, what it means to sit in Professor Thomas's classroom, to be challenged by his questions, encouraged by his presence, understood as a person and not just as a name on a roster. Year after year, students describe JT as fully engaged, deeply curious, and genuinely invested in their growth, not only as lawyers, but as thoughtful human beings. That impact is not accidental. It is the product of care, preparation, and a belief that teaching is a relationship, not a performance. So on behalf of the graduating class, and with my own sincere appreciation, please join me in welcoming Professor John Thomas, the class of 2026 Professor of the Year.
And you know, it ain't over until the bald guy sings. Welcome, class of 2026. What an extraordinary privilege this is for me to stand here in front of you. And I'm frankly kind of astonished that so many of you survived the JT Jam session in the library when the Hamden police in full regalia descended upon the universe and you all came back for a little more. Now, yeah, I did bring a guitar, but let me see if President Hardin can confirm this. You have the National Guard ready in full battle regalia, right, in case I play this guitar? That's a nod. Okay, thank you. Now, I called it JT's Jam Session, and you all know that some time ago, a decade and a half ago or thereabouts, I stripped myself of my professor title. And I did it for a lot of reasons, but mainly I did it because I wasn't professing. Right? I was engaging, I was talking, I was doing my best, least as much from you as you did from me. And so I wanted to join you on your journey. I wanted to shed that. I tried John. No one would go for John. JT, my students would take that. And so I decided, we talk about the whole lawyer a lot. We never talk about the whole teacher. And you made me whole. Each and every one of you. I tear up as I say this, and I've got some stuff to share at the end. But some of you shared some of your lessons with me in the journal that I think was Jen Brown put together for my retirement. And I'd like to read to you a few of those. JT, thank you for being you. You truly make people feel seen, heard, and loved. It was a gift to have you as a professor. Thank you for everything, but thank you. Thank you for teaching me everything I need to know to be a good student, comedian, and fashionista. Now, some people don't know just how hard my role here has been. 2 years ago in the spring, almost 2 years ago to the day, a student walked up to me in the hallway and stopped me and said, JT, you've worn that shirt before. It never happened again. Can I get an amen? Some of these are a little more touching. You have a beautiful song in your heart, and those who have met you and those who will meet you will remember. I will never forget your welcoming attitude, your passion for the law, and your bald head. Thank you for forcing us to focus on the positive. I'll think of you every time I file a motion and every time I drink an IPA. I got a legacy. You lead everything you do with the utmost love, passion, and care. I am in awe of your authenticity. You taught me it doesn't matter what people think of you. There you go, right? And it's always best to go in being who you are. I remember meeting you before law school, and you made me realize the impact I can make and how I can help people. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for making me to be curious, patient, and to love with my whole heart. Even the darkest days felt brighter when you walked through the doors in your day glow shirts. And finally, this really sums the whole thing up. JT, you do a lot of cool shit. Until this moment, the coolest thing I ever did was get a JD. People, I got a couple of degrees after that. But the JD is an empowering thing. It also is an astonishing accomplishment. Just to survive law school, it is hard. It is harder than when I was in law school. The job market is more difficult. You make a bigger risk in terms of finances, and you're here, and you let me join you. An astonishing thing to me. And you all know that I'm not going to be here that much longer. I'm going to last for a while. And you 1Ls and 2Ls out there, I'm going to do my best to survive to your graduation. But everybody knows that I have incurable metastatic prostate cancer. And so I don't know what my half-life is. It should be several years. But you've got something that's going to outlast me. It's going to outlast you. Show me your pics. Yeah, grade A plastic. This thing has a half-life of about 5,000 years. You go out and spread these across the Quinnipiac campus, and millennia from now, those bobcats and bears will be digging these things up. Now, I want to rock on in a minute, but I want to join you. And so I have a couple degrees post my law school, but I've always worn my University of Arizona colors. They've meant a lot to me. It gave me this degree, first generation to college, first generation with a graduate degree, changed my world. You're going to find the power, the privilege, and the responsibility of this. But I don't want to wear this one anymore. Catch that, Neil. Cheyenne, will you please come here? Would you do me the privilege of hooding me? Grab those lyric sheets, and remember, don't show the lyrics to any member of the administration. There's our key. So you know you're going to sing along with the bolded parts. We're going to do that first part slowly twice, and then every now and then it's going to repeat, okay? Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Everybody sing. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. We got our JDs, QU Law School. Okay, again, ready? A little slower, let's do it. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Everybody out there. Got our JDs from QU Law School. Okay, this is a sort of stop and start. Went to orientation. What a drag. All those platitudes nearly made me gag. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs, Quinnipiac Law School. Everybody sing. Professor Ford took her for business organizations. All he wanted to do was increase my medications. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. You got our JDs, QU Law School. Took a class from Brown. I was looking for a solution. All she talked about was dispute resolution, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Everybody sing. Got our JDs, the QU Law School. T&E is bad. And then I took Cooper. The guy put me right into a stupor, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Yeah, the clapping. We got our JDs, the QU Law School. Immigration law. Took it with Sheila. All I want to do now is drink tequila, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. We got our JDs, QU Law School. Crim Pro with Krause. Made me feel lowly. Who knew a human being could speak that slowly? Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs in QU Law School. Feigenson for torts. That guy ratchets up the tension. Oh, man, I've never seen such pretension. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs, QU Law School. Took a course with Levine. Yeah, it was tax. And when I got the exam back, I got the axe. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs, QU Law School. Schroeder is a dean, the associate. When I talk to him, I feel like I've taken an opiate. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs for QU Law School. QR says she's the dean. Yeah, for students. You go in there, you feel like a mutant. Oh, yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs, QU Law School. Stuck with Kate's for legal skills. Damn course you didn't call legal ills, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs, QU Law School. Then there's Galini. He's the new dean. Man, he's already lost that sheet, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Quinnipiac Law School. Crim Pro with Chester. That guy is no teacher. Nothing but a jester, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs, QU Law School. Took a course from Unger. Yeah, you know he's cool. But everybody prefers Arlo, oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs. QU Law School. You know, we have a almost new president here. And they haven't included her in the song. So someone shout out, what rhymes with harden? Say it again. I got a good one. So here we go. Got a new president. Her name is Harden. And all right, she seems like she's going to be a good one, oh yeah. You know, we really rule. Got our JDs of QU Law School. Now everybody sings, ready? Oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Oh yeah. You know that we really rule. Got our JDs again. Got our JDs. Got our JDs. From QU Law School. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Thomas. I think it's moments like this where we get to honor teaching, service, leadership across so many generations that a performance like that captures what it means to belong in this community. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce Adam Swanson from our Quinnipiac Law class of 2008. As president of our Alumni Association and partner at McCarter and English, Mr. Swanson exemplifies the ongoing impact our graduates have in the legal profession and in our community. His steadfast support of our law school through volunteer work, through organizing alumni gatherings, and strengthening the connections between our current students and our alumni demonstrate the lifelong relationship we hope all of our graduates will maintain with us. Mr. Swanson's leadership, both in his practice and in his service to our institution, makes him the perfect person to welcome our newest alumni. Please join me in welcoming Adam Swanson to the podium.
Well, the good news is that I do not have a guitar, and even if I did, I couldn't play it anyhow. But I think the audience has a great sense of the community that your loved ones will be joining as they graduate here today. This is the third time I've had the honor to welcome the new graduates to the Alumni Association, and each time I like to leave a little piece of advice with them because they're joining a profession, and I want to stop there. This is a profession. This is not just a job. You don't get a license to go do a job. You're joining a profession. So I asked a few recent graduates the last couple of years, gee, what should I tell the class this year? And everybody said, tell them about AI, because you know AI is going to be replacing us pretty soon. And I couldn't think of exactly what to say about AI, so naturally I asked ChatGPT. I first asked ChatGPT to write me a 30-second message to a graduating law school class. And here's what it had to say. Today you leave with more than a degree. You leave with the responsibility to pursue justice with integrity, courage, and compassion. The law will challenge you, but it will also give you the power to protect rights, shape communities, and change lives. Stay curious, stay humble, and never forget the people behind every case. And I thought to myself, that's kind of bland, though. I mean, I think everybody who's up here already said that. I need to be original. So I said, well, ChatGPT, tell me something to say that's funny, because I'm not a funny guy, naturally. And here's what ChatGPT said. It said, you survived cold calls, 20-page reading assignments you definitely only skimmed, and saying it depends so much that you now get to charge by the hour. Today you become lawyers, which means from now on your family will ask you legal questions and seek free advice at every family holiday. Remember, sleep is temporary, student loans are forever, and objection is no longer a personality trait. I thought to myself, that's quite corny, so I don't really know what to say to these graduating class. So my message to you about AI, which I was told to carry, is this. Be creative, be original, be bold, and be uniquely you, and AI will not replace you. AI will not. And that is what practicing law is in our profession, being bold, original, and unique. Next, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the alumni who are in the crowd. I'd ask you, please, if you're an alumni of the law school, please stand for a moment. Thank you to the alumni in the audience for making today possible for your loved one here in the graduating class. And to the graduating class, this is your network, this is your community, your unique community that sings to you. Lean on them, they will help you through your journey. And so now I'd ask for the graduating class to please stand. It's time for a tradition that I'm incredibly honored to have now taken part in 3 times, although I guess maybe 4 when I graduated too. Please, if you would, move your tassel from the right to the left. With this simple gesture, you transition from being a student to becoming an alumni of our law school, and you enter into our legal profession. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing you in our profession. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam, for those meaningful words and for welcoming our newest members of our alumni family. I'll say that your leadership and dedication to our institution exemplify the sort of ongoing connection that we hope all of you will maintain with us. And as we conclude today's ceremony, only our platform party will recess out of the arena. Our new graduates can meet up with your families and guests here in the arena, and you're all invited to a post-ceremony reception taking place at Rocky Top Student Center. If you need any assistance with getting to the center, please exit the arena and proceed to the golf cart waiting area to the left. On behalf of President Hardin, the faculty and staff of Quinnipiac University School of Law, I again offer congratulations to the class of 2026. Please stand for the recessional.